Hello, and welcome to another edition of Living Simply and Fun. Today we are reviewing the last of the Smoking Monks. This is the American IPA, indicated by the bottom band here, which I can't read this camera, but just trust me, it says American IPA. Oh, there, yeah, you can sort of see it. This is supposed to be paired with an IPA beer. We are not drinking IPA beer. In fact, Rita does not even like IPA beer. One of few beers that she won't touch. Maybe I should drink more IPAs.
Fine, let's go to the store and get you IPAs.
Thing is, I don't drink, so there's no reason for that. Next thing is, this is a Connecticut wrapper. That's all that's listed about this. It's one thing I don't like from Drew Estate is the fact that the Smoking Monks have no info. No info. They're glad to tell you what flavors you might detect, but they won't tell you what's in this. Heck, they don't even tell you the wrappers on all these. Anyways, let's go ahead and do our sniff test and all that
I
stuff.
smell coffee.
Coffee? Really?
Yes.
I kind of get a salty barley.
Coffee.
And definite barnyard off the foot. I don't get the coffee. But, you know, each their own. Fire up time. Now, I had the IPA before, and I think the IPA is okay, but I'm going to go ahead and review this here instead of tell you what I already thought about it, because what other reason do you have to watch this? Unless it's for our entertaining sake. I mean, us being entertaining to you. Having problems.
I'll take care of it. You have to play with this. Know that.
And it's got to be turned all the way up.
I did.
There you go.
So, everybody, hope you're having a wonderful August 8th, 2016.
Creamy grains. Fibrous.
Yep, tastes of his coffee espresso.
So you coffee espresso, me creamy grains. Got nothing else I can add.
I don't know if you guys heard the story, but I'll tell it one more time if you've heard it or not. The reason I don't drink IPAs is my adopted uncle took me to a bar one day and we got tanked. Well, every time they gave him a drink, which they had like 7 IPAs on hand, they were micros, I would drink it because he wouldn't allow it. Next thing you know, I had 14 IPAs in me and I wasn't feeling good. So after that, it's like no IPAs for me.
Kind of has a leathery taste that it leaves on the lips. And that's the taste of the wrapper. It's a nice rich wrapper that'll leave flavor on the lips.
I'm getting a hint of grass, too.
I'm still saying creamy greens. Got nothing else I'm picking up.
Well, stay tuned for the first third.
There's some coffee flavor. Just a little bit. But yeah, see you at the halfway. Hello, and welcome back to the halfway point of the Smoking Monk American IPA. Rita, I'll let you take your flavors first.
Well, I'm tasting coffee as well as a stale cigarette type thing, but then after it dissipated in the halfway, I've also been tasting a little bit of some a flavor that I can't figure out, but it's in the cheese category.
Well, to me, I'm really only picking up a light coffee note, kind of like a partially diluted or weak coffee. Very little other flavor, but it's not bad. It's, even though it doesn't have a lot of flavor to it, it's still a pleasing flavor. So that's all I'm getting. It's short on flavor, but still good.
Yes, please stay tuned for the final third.
Final third. Yeah.
Welcome back to another edition of Living Simply and Fun. I'm your host, Moppy, and today we're going to be reviewing a stick called
that look he's giving me. Okay, so final third of this Drew
Roll
Estate.
that beautiful cigar footage.
So welcome back to the final third of this Drew Estate Smoking Monk American IPA. The coffee flavor's intensified. It was originally a weak coffee. Now it's kind of a more bold coffee. But essentially the main flavor I'm picking up is coffee. Coffee, and more coffee. Very little in other flavors. But it's a fairly good cigar. There's a bit of pepper spice in the coffee.
Yeah,
too.
I agree with that. I agree it also changed over to full different flavors in the final third. As Aaron said, it is coffee. For me, of course, a IPA is usually a coffee-flavored beer, but that's just my tests.
I think that this would actually go with an IPA, because the one time I had an IPA, I kind of remember it as being a fairly light-flavored beer. And so the coffee kind of flavors that are in this, and particularly the end of this, probably would accompany an IPA pretty well, I think. I've never drank enough IPAs at one time to be able to say for certain. But, yeah, I think out of the Smoking Monks, now that I've had all of them, I think that the best one is probably the Hefeweizen, followed by the Stout, then the American IPA, then the Triple Belgian, and then the Porter. I think the Porter was the weak link. But they were all pretty decent.
I think it was not the Porter, not the Triple Belgian, not the Hefeweizen, the IPA.
Then it'd be the Stout.
Could have been the IPA. The thing is I smoked one that Aaron told me to smoke before getting into it. I said it was not my cup of tea.
It was this one. This was the first one you tried of them. Well, no, second one, because you had the Porter first, I think.
And I was like, ugh.
So, anyways, there you have it. I definitely say give the Smoking Monks a try. They're really not all that bad. So, but, you know, for the standards that Drew Estate sets with the natural line, with the acids, with the subcultures, the Smoking Monks really just, I don't know, they fall short of the rest of the Drew Estates that I've had. I haven't really had much of the Java line. I've had the Java Mint, which I hated. But from most of the Drew Estates, these are actually fairly weak offerings. They just don't have the flavors that the others do, even though the acid line kind of is all incensey.
I want to make a statement today. Today is August 8th, which means the new FDA rules take effect. So before Drew Estate throws these out the window in 2 years, pick up a sampler, try them yourself. I mean,
we don't know where things are going. I've been trying to stay out of the conversation on that, because what's going to happen and what will happen is totally different things.
Two different stories, as my mama would say.
We don't know exactly where things are going to stand until the rules do hit. And it's all been worded vaguely, and there's been no clarification on wordings. So you can stand on one hand with you know, places like Famous and CO and say it's Doomsday, and, you know, I think it's Cigar Dave or something, who are basically saying cigars are going to end, you know, Doomsday is coming. And then you got others who are basically saying this isn't going to affect things too terribly much. I know one of the things that are going to take effect is you have to prove that you're at least 26 years of age or older. Something like that. It has something to do with the age 26. I think that you need to prove that you're over 21 if you appear under 26. But most state laws say that you have to be carded unless you're, if you look under 40. At least I know that's how it was in Ohio when I was working. If somebody looked under 40, I had to card them. So...
yeah, it was here, you know, the same thing in this state is if you're under 40.
You know, once you know somebody, you don't need to card them anymore, but that actually kind of goes against the rules because apparently, I learned this when I was working at a gas station, I said, this guy comes in here every day. Cop said, doesn't matter, you need to card them because they look under a certain age. I'm like, but I've seen their ID before. Doesn't matter. Each time you're supposed to card them, regardless of whether you know
what I think is interesting, and I never get carded for alcohol or beer anymore. I'm going to be 38 tomorrow, but here's the thing. And Aaron actually said the other day he was proud of me because I'm sitting there. I told the lady at Red Robin, a good shout out of, I believe we have her, Cheyenne. She basically was sitting there and shook my order. I asked questions. She got good tipped for me. I think you tipped her good too. Anyways, the sweetheart basically sitting there, and I said, here. She says, oh, you look over 21. Problem is, I gave her my ID anyways because what the hell, you know, it's alcohol. I've gotten used to it. I do complain from the heck. I go to the gas station and I'm like, ID? No, seen you too many times.
So anyways, Rita kind of got off on a tangent here into a very complicated conversation piece, and I really don't think this is the appropriate time at the end of a video to do that. So, we give our recommendation to give these a try at least.
Once.
At least once, you know. Otherwise, you know, please add and subscribe, leave questions, comments, feedback, suggestions. If you smoke this and you agree or disagree with our views, then go ahead and leave your opinions in the comments below. Just keep it nice is all we ask, and enjoy every puff.